Okay, question 4. This is the monster, all right? When you have a whole bunch of stuff here, don't get freaked out. You're saying it. What do we do first? Separate all of them. Here we go. So we're going to put 3. There's a lot to separate here. Times x squared times y to the third times 5. Okay, this is where somebody's going to mess it up. Then what? Do I separate the x or leave it next to the 5? That's right. We have to separate them like this because what happens on that x that somebody's going to forget to separate, what's missing? On this x. Go. What number? Which number is it? That's right, a 1. Put a 1 on that x. Where is another missing 1? The y. So be super careful. On the one on the quiz, there's going to be a long one like that. Don't forget the missing 1s on any letter that doesn't have a 1. Okay, what do I do now? Don't get confused. There are 3 of them. What do I do with the 3 things? There's 3 things. We times them. What numbers do I times? Yeah, see all the big numbers here? 3, 5, and 2 are all bases. So we want to multiply all 3 of them. 3 times 5 is 15 times 2 more. 30. Now, if that's multiple choice, right? 30 is going to, if there's one that doesn't start with 30, automatically that's not it. Okay, let's go. What's the next part of my answer now? Be careful here. Get everything. The next part of the answer is going to be what? Go ahead, Darius, go. How many? X to the what power? 6. That's right. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 3 more is going to give you 6. Give me the last part. Isaiah, go. How many? Also 6. 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. This would be the final answer then. We can do it. We can do the hard ones too. They're not that hard when you split them up. Okay, don't get confused. 5 is where it starts switching gears. Why is 5 different right away? What do you notice about 5 that wasn't 1 through 4? It's a fraction. Fractions, we do what? Subtract, okay? So maybe you write yourself a note. Fraction, subtraction of what? Of the bases or the exponents? Of the exponents. So if we have a fraction, we want to subtract the exponents. So same thing. If the base is the same, we keep it. So that base is still going to be 2. Do I subtract top minus bottom or bottom minus top? Top minus bottom, always, right? So 9 minus 4 is what? 5. Now, notice it says up here that it has to be positive exponents. So that's going to be important. This is a positive. We're all good, right? But if we get a negative, which we will somewhere, we're going to do some more stuff. Okay, put a star by number 6. There will be a question like this. Do not get it wrong. Put a star. Okay, do I keep the base of 20? Or I mean x. Okay. If I subtract 20 minus 20, what do I get? 0. That is not the answer. Yesterday we learned the answer. Anything to the 0 power is what? The answer is 1. They're going to try and trick you. If this is multiple choice, right? They're going to put this. A, the answer is x to the 40. B, x to the 0. C, 1. What are they going to try and trick you about in answer A? That you add them, right? Okay. And answer B, they're going to say x to the 0, which is technically what you do, right? Is subtract it. That's not right. You have to choose the one that says 1 because it's really 1 whole, right? Okay, good. Next, don't get confused here. This one I cannot remember what the choice says, okay? First of all, what's the answer to this one? Do I keep the base of 5? Yes, absolutely, okay? So I'm going to keep that base. If I subtract exponents, what do I get? 1. Okay, that is technically a correct answer. There's another correct answer, and that is plain 5. Okay, think about this for a second. When we add ones, right, it's when there's nothing on them, right? Up here. Remember when there was a 3 up here and we added the 1? This is just going backwards. So these are both correct answers. I think you have to choose them both on the quiz. Okay? So again, this one might be one you want to put on your cheat sheet, okay? And I'm not going to mother you about what to put on your cheat sheet. If you feel like you can remember it, don't worry about it. But if I were taking this quiz, I would be sure to put those weird ones on there, like 6 and 7. If I didn't put anything else, put those on there. Okay, let's go. Then they're going to get into the ones that had the parentheses on it. Okay, with parentheses, let's zoom in. What is the first thing I do again? Separate again. Okay, let's go. So no matter what, we have to separate them. So I'm going to do it underneath it. So we're going to have 2 times x to the second power times y to the fourth power. And then a 3 on the outside. Separate. Find missing ones. Is there a missing ones on this one? Where is it? Go ahead. 2 on the 2. There we go. Okay, raise your hand this time. What do I do next when I have parentheses? This is different. Does anyone remember? Holy go. That's right. I times the exponents. So I take this little one on the outside and I multiply it by the first exponent. So this becomes 2 to the third power because 3 times 1 is 3. Then I put down my x. What is the exponent on the x now? 6. Good. Then I put down my y. What's the exponent on y? 12, because I'm multiplying. Is that the answer? There's one more move I have to make. What is it? What do I do to that 2 to the third power? Put it in what? In the calculator. I want to calculate this one, right? This I put 2 caret 3 equals, and I should get a number. What number did I get? 8. Yes. And then merge that back together. 8, and then put x to the 6th, y to the 12th, and this is your final answer then. Excellent job. Okay, let's do the next one. Here we go. What's first? Same as always. Separate. Let's go. 3 times x to the 5th times 2 times x to the 3rd. 2 on the outside. Okay. Giselle, what has missing ones? Which of these have missing ones on them? 3 and the 2 have missing ones. Put them on. Okay. This is the one that has multiple steps. So do I multiply again? Yes, I do. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of parentheses next. I'm going to multiply each of these. So 2 times 1 gives me 3 to the 2. Times, what's the exponent going to be on this x now? 10. Good. Times, here we go. What's the exponent on the 2? 2. And last one here, what's the exponent on this x? 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay. Ooh, I wish I had more space on here. I'm going to add a little paper under mine because I don't want to write on my poster underneath here. If you need more space, go ahead and use whatever space you've got. Okay, what do I do next? There's 2 parts that I do kind of at the same time. Orlando, what do I do? Not yet. Before I multiply the 3 and the 2, I have to do what? So yes, so you're right. I'm going to multiply in a second, but I need to put this part in my calculator. 3 caret 2 and 2 caret 2 first. Okay, so 3 caret 2 is 9, right? So this is 9. I'm going to keep that x to the 10th for a minute. What's 2 caret 2? 4, good. Keep the x to the 6th. Now, what do I multiply? The 9 and the 4, okay? Now I'm going to multiply 9 and 4 because there's no carets left, okay? So 9 times 4 is what? 36. What do I do with x to the 10th and x to the 6th now? Add those so I get x to the 16th. Okay, again, this might be a question you want to throw in your notes. It depends on how comfortable you are. But if you feel like you're going to miss any steps, that's going to be one that, like, okay, got to throw this one in my notes, right? Okay, flip. Okay, 6 to the negative 8. Remember, the directions are on the front, but the directions are going to be right only using positive exponents. If there is a negative exponent, what did we learn yesterday that we make it into? It starts with an F. Fraction. Let's go. Negative exponents, you make them into a fraction. So we're going to start by doing a fraction bar. Who remembers what went at the top? A 1. Raise your hand. Who remembers what goes at the bottom of this one now? Holy go. Perfect. No negatives. We're getting rid of the negatives. This is exponential form if they ask for it. So this might be the answer. If they ask you to simplify it, the bottom you put in your calculator. Go ahead and do that. 6 caret 8. You should get a big number here. What number did you get? Kingston, what'd you get?
1,679,616.
That's a big old fraction. Okay. These are both correct answers depending on what it's asking you for. This is writing it using exponents. This is simplified. Okay. Both are correct. It just depends on what they're asking you for. Okay. This is the one that was a little confusing yesterday for some people, and some people got it incorrect on the assignment. If there's a negative and there already is a fraction, how do we get rid of the negative then? Does anyone remember? Isabella, what do you think? As what? You are close. I'm not going to rewrite it like that, though. Go, Holy. That's right. We're going to switch it. We're going to put, good job. We're going to put 4 to the 2 technically on the top and the 1 on the bottom. If we divide by 1, though, we don't even really need it. We take it kind of out of that fraction. So the answer in exponential is just 4 to the 2nd power. So this might be the answer in exponential. What would it be simplified then? 16. This is exponential. This is simplified. They are both correct. All right. Last one that's kind of like this. 3 to the 10th over 3 to the 15th. 3, keeps the 3. Good, yep. What do I do with the exponents? Fraction, subtraction. Fraction, subtraction. 10 minus 15 or 15 minus 10? What is that? But you can't have negative exponents for your answer. So I make it into a what? Fraction. What's the top? What's the bottom? Okay, that might be the answer. You might be done. If you have to simplify it, somebody use your calculator. Bottom, bottom, bottom. 243. This might be the answer if it says exponential. This might be the answer if it says simplified. Nice. Okay, I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to do 1/3 video so that it's all chunks then, because this is the story problems that are going to be on there, or the word problems, I guess you could say, are next.